the critical radius of a hollow sphere having thermal conductivity K and Ho as convecting heat transfer coefficient of outer fluid is given by.
Smart move. 2K Cho is an accurate answer. The Reynolds number is defined as the ratio of which two quantities in mass transfer correlations for flow in a circular tube. Excellent. Inertial forces and viscous forces is a brilliant choice. Reactor with mass transfer involves two phases which are gas and liquid. What is the state which the reaction takes place? Good thinking. Liquid is the right answer. The process of heat transfer from one particle of the body to another without actual motion of the particle is called. Well done. Radiation is the right choice. Which correlation is used for predicting mass transfer coefficient in packed beds for low Reynolds number flows? Valid point. Ergun equation is true. For absorption of benzene from a coal gas in wash oil, the major resistance to mass transfer comes from the right again. Gas side is a valid answer. What is the mode of heat transfer from the hot fluid surface to the adjacent layers of fluid surface? Well picked. Conduction mode of heat transfer is the correct answer. In the process of heat transfer through extended surfaces or fins, the entire surface area is at on track. Different temperatures is the correct answer. Which one of the following methods used for the heat transfer configuration in bioreactor? Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. The concept of overall coefficient of heat transfer is used in heat transfer problems of. Excellent choice. Conduction and convection is the right answer. Which dimensionless group is used to correlate mass transfer data in turbulent flow? Nice work. You chose Peclet number and it is correct. What happens when the thickness of insulation on a pipe exceeds the critical value? Perfect. Heat transfer rate decreases is the correct choice. At the critical radius of insulation of a hollow sphere, the heat transfer will be. Exactly. Maximum makes sense and it is right choice. Heat transfer from higher temperature to low temperature takes place according to. Smart pick. Second law of thermodynamics is the correct choice. The potential difference in an electrical system is analogously considered as. Nicely done. A temperature difference in the heat transfer system is a solid answer. The Biot number is calculated from which of the following quantities? You chose membrane thickness, DAM, mass transfer coefficient, partition coefficient, and it is correct. Heat from the sun reaches Earth through which type of heat transfer? Clear logic. Your choice radiation is sound and 100% true. Heat transfer takes place in liquids and gases is essentially due to. Great job. Convection is the accurate answer. Which is not a commonly used assumption in interphase mass transfer? Sharp thinking. The only diffusional resistances are present at the interphase is the right choice. Who gave the law of cooling related to convection heat transfer? Solid response. Newton is a valid choice. The Nusselt modulus, or Nusselt number, is a convenient measure of. Bravo! Convective heat transfer coefficient is the answer. Heat transfer through radiation predominantly happens because of.
Great thinking. Electromagnetic waves is the right choice.
Dam is used to describe the diffusivity of species A in what?
Nice selection. A membrane is the correct and valid answer.
What is the driving force behind mass transfer processes? You got it? Your choice concentration gradient is right. Mass transfer coefficients are of great importance since. Correct. All the above is the right answer. Convective heat transfer coefficient doesn't depend on. Correct response. Surface area is the most accurate answer. Convective heat transfer coefficient is also known as. You're right. Film conductance is the correct answer. The current in the electrical system is analogous to. Good job. Your answer, the heat flow in the heat transfer system, works well here. Transfer of thermal or heat energy through touch. Well reasoned. Conduction is the correct choice. What is true in case of convection heat transfer? Strong choice. Motion in medium is required is the right answer. Rate of heat flow by convection doesn't depend on.
Right choice. Time is the best answer. X123 is known best as the dash numbers. Well reasoned. Avogadro is the correct choice. The SI unit of heat transfer coefficient is.
Correct response. Bubby M2K is the most accurate answer. Aluminum is used as a thin material because.
Strong choice. It has higher thermal conductivity is the right answer.
In film theory, mass transfer can occur by. Correct. Molecular diffusion is the right answer. Mass transfer in fermentation defined by. You chose the Fick's law of diffusion, and it is correct. Heat transfer takes place according to.
Nice work. You chose second law of thermodynamics, and it is correct.
What is the mass of a mole of water? Smart Move 182G is an accurate answer. Heat transfer deals with the rate of. Great job. Energy transfer is the accurate answer. Unit of the rate of heat transfer is.
Good thinking. What is the right answer?
In radiation motion of medium. You got it? Your choice doesn't create a difference in heat transfer is right. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Clear logic. Your choice, contact Narayan Changda, is sound and 100% true.